The moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived for Chacha Vauzz. He's putting on that major league uniform, but has to earn his keep in spring training. So as we get going today, we will get through at least the first 9 spring training games. We'll see how the flow goes. If we're playing the full games or not, we might get through about half and finish off and maybe start the next season, next episode. It all depends on how Chacha Vauzz does to help make sure that he's performing as highly as he can. Before spring training, we've seen that contact raised by 1 apiece. And on top of that, he also worked on his arm accuracy up to a 45, putting him at a 70, trying to make the major league roster. So getting our first bit of action underway. Chacha Vauzz will be facing the Marlins in his unofficial MLB debut. But he's not batting in the top half of the lineup, down here at 8. He's got to earn his keep here today with the number 18. I don't know how I feel about that either. But we're first pitch swinging inside out. Chacha flies out to left field. Not exactly a great first impression, but let's see how this game unfolds as we move out to the field. Bottom of the 4th. It's Dominguez at the batter's box with a man on second. 2 outs, so we're just looking for a simple play here at first. As it will be a dribbler over towards Chacha, will drive in on it. Look to make a clean throw with that increased arm accuracy. And it's a good first play out in the field. Now we turn back into the batter's box. The man on first, facing Biozzo. And he's going to give that one a jog, but it's going to go right back over to left field. Some solid contact, unfortunate placement. And that's Chacha Vauzz waiting for his first career hit. But we've got McGreevy coming up here with Chacha Vauzz. He takes the mound, bottom of the 6th, facing Isbell. With no one on, no one out. Again, we're looking to first. With another dribbler, though, a little bit softer contact. Gonna have to fire this one over and ensure we get that out. Keeping the plate in the field at 100, but still looking for that first career hit. We move to the left side of the box, facing Dax Fulton. Top of the 7th, no one on. And a dribbler over towards third. Chacha will not be able to run that one out. About a step and a half behind. Perhaps we'll get one more attempt in the 9th. As we're looking to turn a single play here, though this one will be flying to center. Not sure why we had to come out here, but we do secure that out. Now, will we get one more at-bat here in Game 1? Yes. Yes, we will. With a 2-1 lead over the Marlins, can we get our first hit of spring training? Against Davis Daniel. Left one up. Chacha is going to have to try to leg this one out. It's blocked, but he will make the base. Chacha gets his first hit, and now we can look to see what his legs can do here at a different level. Michael Hellman batting behind, who's 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. Of course, we'll have some new names to get to know here with some new teammates as Vauzz goes. This is a walk, so he could just trot on over instead. That'll leave us 180 feet away for Trent Grisham. As we are trying to tack on some insurance run here, Chacha gets the extra step. Pitcher's looking at him. Doesn't go his way, so Chacha goes as that one is in play. But Chacha, you're going to have to get back to second. Too much Chachaing out there, and he will be out. Perhaps a little too much trust in his teammate to get the hit there. Should have paused midway. But this game might just be coming down to Jacob Berry. With 1 out, a man on first. We've got Romero on the mound as we're looking to turn a double play. Pitch is in. Hard hit over towards third. Who will make the throw over towards Chacha. It's going to be a jump throw to end the game. The field play was clean for Chacha Vauzz in his first appearance here with the Cardinals. Only 1 hit. We'll try to turn that into multiple as we move along to Game 2. And this time it'll be against the Houston Astros as we start off dynamic challenge. Bottom of the 3rd, we are already down by 3. So we've got some work to do. Get on base. We barely got to hit that first one. So yes, we're going to go with the lightest option against Javier. And getting a piece of that circle change. Good timing. Not exactly the best contact. There's a bit better contact, but not going to run out the pitcher here. Chacha retired bottom of the third without getting that single. We'll quickly jump then to the bottom of the fifth as we are down by 9 runs. Not looking good here for the St. Louis Cardinals. No one on for Chacha. It's 2 outs against Luis Garcia. And Chacha first pitch swinging is in play. Shortstop just in time. Not even a half step in front of Chacha Vauzz. We'll have our second dynamic challenge coming off of that. Bottom of the 7th as we're looking once again to finally get a hit here. We've got 2 on, 2 outs. Let's try to drive in a runner here. As it is Montero on the mound. Just looking to crack this one through the infield. That one foul. And swinging at the high fastball, getting under it. Chacha Vauzz will not advance the runner or score any runner. That will be the 3rd out of the inning. But how about 3rd time is the charm? Bottom of the 9th, same opportunity with that dynamic challenge. Hit a double or better. Sure, I was looking to at least score a run. Double or better would definitely do that. Would score 2 against Gusto or Gusto. I don't know. I feel like I've seen that name pronounced multiple ways. Taking that one below the zone. And I think this man is pitching around Chacha. 3 straight balls in this opportunity. Not exactly green light, but it looked like it was right down the middle. So Chacha swings foul. We'll take it to 3-1. Still looking to get one through the infield. But we'll take ball 4, loading the bases. We won't complete the dynamic challenge, but it puts 3 on here for Michael Hellman, who's 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, ground out. I think we're missing another one in there. No chance to steal, so we're just waiting for some contact. Let Chacha run. And there is that contact. It's going to be popped up to 3rd. I don't know why the guy's sliding in front. Keep on running, but the Houston Astros will take this game by a long shot. 9-0. Chacha Vauzz with a walk in this game, not with a hit. But now as we turn our attention to the New York Mets, can we get a better game flow happening here? Chacha Vauzz, only 1 hit so far. Plays out in the field have been clean. As we are out here, bottom of the 3rd. We've got 1 on, no 1 out. This is our time, Chacha against Holmes. Let's show what we can do. Taking that one off the plate. And that one's going to be inside. Right down to the right fielder. Good bit of contact, though. That's the 2nd time we've had good timing, good contact, just unfortunate placement. We need to make sure we make the play out in the field here. Top of the 5th, already down by 3. Looks like the bats here at the Major League aren't doing too well just across the board. McGreevy's on the mound, and we need an out here either at 1st or 2nd, depending on where this ball is hit. And it will be soft to Chacha. We'll take a few steps in, and we'll go to 1st. Make sure that there's not 4 runs on the board here for the Mets. And I'd love to get a run for ourselves as one does cross for St. Louis come bottom of the 5th. I would like to get Chacha across home plate at some point here as we got a new pitcher on the mound. That one will be a strike. And it's 2 straight pitches finding their way inside the zone. 0-2 count. Chacha, safe play. And once again, he'll get behind one, but not enough drive. A little late on it. Seems like that's what most of our hits outside of the infield have gone. Straight to the left fielder or right fielder. As Chacha needs to make the play here. Gets in front of it and will make that throw. I was hoping that one wasn't going to be a bouncer. The bottom of the 7th, we've got another man on here. We represent the tying run. We need a hit if we're to stay up here with the majors or earn our spot here through spring training. Gonna take that one high and outside. There's a good bit of contact. Going back and down. Chacha will get to second. That runner's got to get to third. As he will, barely. He didn't trust Chacha was going to get that hit there. It's a double for Vauzz with the go-ahead run headed to the plate. There's a little bit of pop for Chacha, and it wasn't good timing, nor even great contact. But for Michael Hellman with a double on the day, that puts 2 in scoring position. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out, it's a 1-1 count. That one is in play over towards first. We'll make 1 out as we do score 1. We are now 1 run behind the Mets. This will come down to Pajes to try to get us home. Chacha with an extra step. This one looks like it will be blocked. We're not going to test that. We'll need a play actually through the infield. That one does get through. Pajes ties this game up 3-3 as Chacha crosses home. Now we just need to make sure we don't give up this tie here. Top of the 8th, this one is going to take a nice fly to the center fielder's mitt. Couple steps in and records the first out. And now we'll have a dynamic challenge. Bottom of the 8th, so we've batted around here as both teams do tack on a run. Chacha Vauzz with 2 on the bases. We're looking to drive home at least 1. AJ Minter on the mound. Vauzz try to take that inside one down the third baseline. And they left one down the middle. Chacha, not a strong enough hit there. Strands 2, keeping this game tied as we head to the 9th. It might just come down to Luke and Baker here with the bases juiced. 1 out, 2-1 count. Minter still on the mound. That one's going to take a fly deep left field. You could definitely tag from here. The runner's going home well in front of that throw. Cardinal rally here and do take the game against the Mets. Chacha, he didn't get that late hit, but he was the tying run when it was 3-3, and that we will take. Now, by no means are we lighting up that stat sheet right now. Batting about a 182, 187, I believe. That could be vastly improved as we take on the Blue Jays here. We move up to bat number 6 in this game, and it is batting 182. 1 on here for Chacha Vauzz. No outs. Top of the 2nd. Left that one high in the zone. Chacha will send that one well foul. And reaching out for 1. Will it bloop? Yes, it will. Chacha with a hit to start the day. Puts 2 on. Nobody out. I'm pretty sure coach is over there making fun of how weak that hit was. But hey, getting on base is what matters most. Not a stealing opportunity here for Vauzz. Just have to wait for some more good contact. Pitches in. And we'll load the bases full. Nobody out. Top of the 2nd. A chance to really tack on some runs here early on. As Trent Grissom comes up to bat. He's batting .500. Got a 2-2 count here. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases here for the Cardinal. As Vauzz is trying to show off that speed, he's rounding third, digging for a home, but will be well ahead to record the out. I believe that is a triple play here for the Blue Jays. Vauzz, you might need 90-plus speed to make that work, but we do still grab the lead here. 1-0, bottom of the 3rd, as Jimenez is stepping up to bat. We got Palante on the mound. Just looking to make an out here at first. As Chacha takes a couple steps over, backhands the glove, and fires over to first well in front. And is what we like to see, clean plays out in the field. Now can we find a second straight hit, our first multi-hit game here? I'll even take a bloop, but we would like something a little bit stronger than that. Taking that one high. In fact, Chacha will take 3 straight. High, well above the zone. 3-0 count. Right down the middle, Chacha, he's going swinging. Green light here in spring training. As he will round, go into second, and will pull up there. Not going to push for a triple, a stand-up double for Vauzz, his first multi-hit game here in spring training. He's got to make up for the fact that he ran when he probably shouldn't have last time. So let's make sure we get 90 feet away, taking that extra step. Pitcher is going to go his way. Chacha stuck in a pickle here. Well, he's not going to make up for it. That was a great pickoff attempt there from the man on the mound. Definitely looked like he was going home. Flipped the hips, and Chacha, there wasn't much for him to do. I would love to see a bar, though, across of making the team and not making the team and see how much that actually affects things. Unfortunately, we don't get that, but we do still have the lead. Looking to turn a double play as this one is hit over towards Chacha. Not going to be able to make the tag, so he flips it. And that will cost him the double play. We made that flip a little bit earlier. Well, probably would have been in time for first. And Chacha's day is done after that, being pitch hit for in the 7th. But we'll fast forward then with a 2-1 lead, bottom of the 9th, looking to record this final out. As that will be popped up. Just trailing slowly back. Shortstop makes the play at the edge of the grass, and we will pick up our second straight win here in spring training. Now, we've just got to hope that being pitch hit for isn't a bad sign here for Chacha. I wouldn't say that's the case as we jump forward to the next game, taking on the Yanks. We are batting leadoff. This is the spot that Chacha Vauzz really should be playing in with that speed he has. First pitch swinging, and a good play made by the pitcher, Max Fried. Retires Chacha Vauzz on one. That was just a great play made. Many times Chacha sneaks that by the pitcher. But we'll head out to the field then. Bottom of the 1st, as they've got a man on for Matt Fairling. We've got Mike Soroka on the mound. Not a double play opportunity here, but we just need to make sure we get at least one. Chacha will take a couple steps in, fire over to first, record the first out, though the man does advance to third. The good news for Chacha is we'd actually get them all out, so no run score come top of the 2nd. We've already batted around with 2 on here for Vauzz. 2 outs. Let's get a better hit in this time and drive a run home. That was one heck of a breaking ball. Chacha, he went golfing. And swinging through another off speed. That curveball was in the zone. Chacha just a little bit off on that timing. And he is retired again by Fried. So not the best leadoff bat here so far today. But we move to bottom of the 4th, where it's 1 out, 1 on for Cody Bellinger. We're going to look to turn a double play this time. As Zach Littell, I'm assuming, we're going to look to make the play this time well ahead towards second. In time at first, we get the double play. Keeping the play in the field, though, 100 is what we like to see. Clayton Beater coming out here for the Yanks. And he'll face Chacha Vauzz, top of the 5th, leading off. Yankees do have a 2-run lead. None have crossed today for the Cardinals. And inside, not exactly a jam, but not exactly the best contact. That will be a fly out to center. 0 for 3 on the day, and it looks like we are getting pitched hit for yet again. Alec Burleson stepping in here for Vauzz, so we'll go ahead and skip on yet again to a 13-1 top of the 9th. I don't think we're going to be making a comeback here, as that one droops down in right field. I'd love to jinx us in a positive way. Any one of these pitches could be the last today, as that one is a dribbler towards short. And there is the final out. Yankees take this one by a large margin, 13-1. Chacha Vauzz, not a great showing as the leadoff bat. We'll do better next time. Oh, batting 250, that's not all too bad for your first time really up at the show. And we do lead off in the following game against the Marlins. Weather's on the mound. Chacha takes that one off the plate. And swinging at the inside slider. Chacha not going to be able to run that one out. Another out recorded early on in the pitches. How about a dynamic challenge to try to sway things come bottom of the 3rd? We've got a man on here for Chacha Vauzz, but he is at first. Get a base hit, hit a single, or hit a home run. Well, how about we hit a single then? As that's the second best option rather than just get a hit. Marlins are up 2. And another pitch to start off the plate. That one's not. Chacha will soft contact that one through the infield, and indeed it will be a single. Now putting 2-1 with 2 outs, bottom of the third. We'll see if Brendan Donovan can bat us around. He's batting 200. We had no chance to steal here for Vauzz, as that one is popped up. But with 2 outs, you're just running here until you hear that catch. That will end the third, still trailing by 2. We'll have a dynamic challenge yet again to follow that up, as they have doubled their lead. It's currently 4-0. Bottom of the 5th, 2-1 this time. We've got 2 outs. Biozo on the mound, pitch number 16 for him here to Chacha. Left that one high, but Chacha fouls it off. Good timing, weak contact. And swinging that one outside. It will be a handful of steps, though, right in front of the left fielder. And I do have to say, even the outs that are being recorded against Chacha, most of the time are still being some solid bit of contact. Just placement could be a bit better. As we move to top of the 6th, it's still 4-0. Hendrick, he takes the batter's box here with a man on. We're looking to turn a double play, as that one will be hit pretty sharply over to Chacha. Look to make the throw over towards second. We get one. Not going to be in time for the second. Speed carries. And once again, we see Chacha being pulled out here for Alec Burleson late in these games, but at least he got his hit. So we'll continue on then to bottom of the 9th. We did not plate a runner so far in this one, as that one will take a ride. I went too far over. That's going towards center to be the final out of the game. So the Cardinals aren't doing fantastic here in spring training, losing more games than winning. But Chacha Vauzz, he's doing all right out there. In fact, the average is at such a good spot. He's currently sitting 3rd in today's starting lineup for highest batting average at 263. As we get out here, top of the 3rd, we've got one on. Nobody out, and we'll send it again right down the gut. Chacha does just beat that one out. Will be a fielder's choice. Not going to count as a hit for Vauzz. But the second runner nearly did get to second base. We're going to look to make sure we do to make up for it. Javier on the mound takes a peek over at Chacha. He's going home, so Chacha is stealing here, sliding in before any throw attempt could be made. For Vauzz, that is his first steal here during spring training. He's going to get an extra step, not going this time in play towards short. Chacha will have to sit here at second. It was a new man steps up to bat we haven't seen so far today. Can Chacha get 90 feet away for him? Well, that one is late, but he's going, as it is hit straight to the first baseman. So probably a good thing, because it was not a good jump there for Chacha Vauzz. And he does get his first steal here. And we will eventually take that lead as we move forward to bottom of the 4th. It's 2-1 as Jose Altuve steps up to bat. He's got 2 on, 2 outs. Force out anywhere but home for Soroka. That will be a dribbler over towards Chacha, who will just make a quick flip that luckily was not an error, because I saw that thing just flash red. So perhaps we get a little bit lucky as we do tack on an extra run here come top of the 5th. Leading off. And just outside the zone, though you could argue against that. That one definitely inside the zone. Chacha will give it a little bit of a jog. Good, but goes straight to center field. Hits like that, though, you can't complain too much about. We did as much as we could. We just didn't get the luck of the draw. But this is a spot you really want to make sure you get that luck. With 2 on, Chacha barely gets a piece of the circle change. Left that one down the middle, but it's not going to fall. Another unlucky placement on a good swing from Chacha. At least that one wasn't a dynamic challenge. 4-1 the score remains. Cooper once again stepping up to bat here. No one on for the Houston Astros, so we're just looking for a play at first. Teodo, he got the call up. First time that we've seen him out here. Chacha will cut that one off and make the throw well ahead of schedule. As we move then to top of the 8th, we had the fielder's choice early on in this game, so we had technically not had a hit. We want to change that here against Colton Gordon. Left that slider. Chacha fires it foul. 107 exit. And that one he will send down the third base line. Stays fair. Chacha will have a stand-up double. Not too bad for that one. I think actually being slightly inside, not inside the strike zone. And that puts us 180 feet away for some more late insurance. Well, let's see if Chacha can get that to 90s. He takes that extra step. Pitcher doesn't check him, so he's going. That one down in the dirt. And again, before a throw could even be made. We might not get as lucky with the majors with 80 speed, but we see that continue to improve. We'll definitely be stealing some bases by the second baseman. Vauzz will be run number 5 for the St. Louis Cardinals. We just got to make sure we hold on. Bottom of the 9th. They're tacking on a couple runs here. We need to turn a double play to end this one. Get the tap on the bag. Throw is in time. Clean from Chacha Vauzz. And the Cardinals do take finally another game here. We lose about 2 or 3, then we get that win. I would like to put together a solid streak. And that means the Nationals stand in our way. But after a crazy first inning, it's already 4-1 here. Mackenzie Gore on the mound. And we get something going against him. We take that four-seamer basically right down the middle. And a tapper from Chacha. That one will not be a hit. But he battled in that one, we'll say. We'll have to hope that we can get a hit next time. I believe we're batting 7th right now. So really going up and down the order. Luis Garcia up to bat, though, for the Nationals, as he's got no one on, no one out. Leading the top of the 4th. Hit straight to Chacha. He'll run in at this one. A bit of soft contact for him as well, with a throw to put him away. We'll move then to our next at-bat. Bottom of the 4th. We've got one on. No one out for Chacha Vauzz. Batting .250 again. Still sitting 3rd best on the team right now. So doing pretty well. Just not killing it with extra base hits, as that one does find the zone. And this time he might get one to fall, but it just keeps carrying. It had a bit of some soft contact feel to it, but it just hung up there until the center fielder could get underneath it. Bit unfortunate for Chacha, but once again we will jump forward. Next at bat is bottom of the 6th. Leading off, it is still a 4-1 game. Rutledge on the mound. Taking that one, bottom inside corner of the zone. And swinging a little bit too early on that one. He tried to send it down the first base line. Good play, though, made at first. Chacha once again retired. And if we're lucky, we might have one more opportunity, maybe in the 9th, as the runs extend to 6. Chacha, he'll run in on this one. He could have just ran over and tagged the bag himself, but instead, we'll flip it over to first. But can we get a hit? Dynamic challenge for Vauzz leading off the 9th. Can we spark a rally? 0 for 3 in this one with a ground out in the 2nd. That's a random one to call for. Hit a leadoff double or better. Get on base. That's honestly the most important thing right now for the Cardinals. So that's what we're going to aim for here. And he's got a piece of it. Going towards the foul line, but coming over and making the grab is the left fielder. So it will be an 0 for day here for Chacha. Seeing that average drop pretty drastically. It was about 260 to start the game. Now it's going to be sitting around 230. But we do have the bases loaded. So Chacha Vauzz just not able to be part of the late game drama here. Neither is Fairmine, as that one is popped up towards the catcher, who will record the final out of this one. And once again, we cannot put together a win streak here in spring training. Let's look to end today where we started off, against the Marlins, and we have a dynamic challenge, as actually the batting average dropped to 222. We've got 2 on, so let's try to drive in a base runner here. We've just got 1 out. Alcantara on the mound. And Chacha gets a piece of that sinker, though not all of it. All right, now Chacha is just fouling after fouling here. 1-2 count. We'll take that one low, running this one 2-2. A good battle to start off his day. Can he find the hit, though? Pitches in. Getting just a bit of it. A little bit better than that first foul tip, but not enough. No runners advance off of that one. We will have another dynamic challenge to follow with the bases loaded for Chacha Vauzz. It is 1 out. Man, I would love to hit a grand slam to end today. But we're going to make sure we get at least a ribby here. Alcantara still on the mound. See what we could do this go around. And swinging through. Chacha will not be the one to drive anyone home. Just a little bit in front of that off speed as he was pumping near 100 on those fastballs. But good news for us, Cardinals do get some runs. 3-2, top of the 6th, Chacha with another opportunity. Now against Hampton. And a tapper of a hit. Fired that one over to second. Well in time to get Chacha back at first. So definitely not a great day at the bat. That average down to 200 here. Would love to keep it above. Against Cronin, can we find the hit? We've got 1 on. Chacha! No doubter. We could have used that 2 bats ago. I thought that one just went foul. No, it went around the pole. Chacha Vauzz cranks his first home run. A 2-run home run. It goes 430, 107 exit velo. That'll definitely add some insurance to try to end this game. We'll move to bottom of the 9th as Mateo trying to keep the Marlins alive. Romero trying to end this game. As that one is popped up, not even to the outfield. Shortstop will take a few steps over. And that is your ball game. Chacha Vauzz with a 2-run home run today. But we did leave quite a few runners stranded. So some things to improve on, but we finish our first real stretch here with the St. Louis Cardinals batting above 200. And that's got to feel pretty good here for Chacha Vauzz. Well, you are lucky. You'll get a bonus game today. I was looking to end things there, but apparently you can't back out of this menu. So let's head into one more. I guess ending on a home run is not good enough for us here. So back on to the baseball field we go. Houston Astros, we at least played them early on, but again, it was all lining up really well. Finish with a home run, finish against the team that we started against, all was looking good. So Chacha Vauzz, you're going to make me play an extra game. Let's make sure it's for a good reason. As top of the 2nd, we do have 1 on, and that one well high off the plate. That is going to be a good hit, though, from Chacha. The good, as we're going to have to pump the brakes here at first. Runner stopped ahead of us. One thing I have noticed here with the Cardinals is there's not a whole lot of speed. So that's one thing Chacha is going to bring to the table that really is not there. Michael Hellman, he's doing pretty well here, batting 9th. 406 average. He must not be getting too many at-bats. Otherwise, he'd be batting a lot higher than 9th. As that throw is off the mark, all runners safe, loading the bases. It's going to be an E3. Unfortunately there for Hellman. We'll go against him. Might drop him under that 400. But Chacha Vauzz moves over to 2nd with nobody out. Let's see. Can we find multiple runs here? Well, we're not going to make it back to 2nd. Chacha, he's going to be retired. He got excited, but he really wasn't that far from the bag. Just a bit unfortunate. Now about bottom of the 2nd, we do have 2 runs, so we did score some. But we're trying to make sure that the Astros are not trying to tie this game up. They've got 1 on, nobody out. Try to get both of them out by turning a double play. Sonny Gray on the mound for us. Feel like that's the first time we've seen him. Going to be hit sharply over towards short. We'll tag 2nd. And we'll make that throw over to first, well in front of the hitter. Now about a dynamic challenge to follow that up. We cranked a single our first at bat. Now top of the fourth, no one on with 2 outs as we're trying to extend this inning. Take the first pitch and reach, or how about hit a double or better? Why not? See if we can keep some of that power behind the bat here. Back up to 250. And it's not going to be a double, but it will be a base hit, and we did not take the first pitch. Instead, we went first pitch swinging. Will be a failed challenge. Michael Hellman behind, but a stealing opportunity here for Chacha Vauzz as he takes that extra step. Hunter Brown, he's trying to pick him off. Vauzz back over to first. That doesn't mean we won't go right back to taking that extra step. This time, we're going as it is hit over towards second, so we avoid the out there, but the out will still be had at first. The end the inning. Astros get out of it, but we will maintain our lead. Not by much come our next at-bat, so we could use with some insurance runs here. 2-1. That one's inside. And left high for Chacha. He got perhaps, I was going to say a little bit too underneath it, but that one will fall as he slides into second with a double, putting 2 in scoring position. Well, these might not be home runs, but he's getting a multi-hit game going here for the Cardinals. Now we just need a good solid hit behind with 2 outs. 3-2 count, we're running here. As I don't understand. 3-2 count, you go, right? I guess it doesn't work in favor for us this time. We are the final out of the inning. Guess that's what happens when they walk a guy and no one has to move. Really unfortunate, but it is what it is. We maintain a 2-1 lead here, top of the 9th, with again a man on. Chacha, he'll turn on that one. Will it fall? Yes, it will, but gonna have to pump the brakes. A single for Chacha Vauzz, but racking up hits today against the Astros. Once again, it'll leave it up to Michael Hellman here for some insurance. Nobody out. 1-2 count. We're not stealing because we got a man in front of us. Learned our lesson last time. That one's going to be popped up. Let's pump the brakes here. And it looks like we'll be going back over to first. Mostly that's a big change from the minor leagues to right now. We're having to pump the brakes a lot more than what Chacha Vauzz likes to do. He's got to settle his game down a little bit. As Grissom is up to bat behind. That one is in play. They will get Chacha, and they will get the out at first. With just a 1-run lead, can we hold on? No, we cannot. With 2 outs, they tie the game, and it will be a dribbler then over to Chacha, who's just got to make the play at first. We do. It was red because we ran out of time, but it was at the right spot, so I guess it works out here for Vauzz. You're getting all the extra luck. We had to play an extra game, and we're playing in extras. Now with a 2-run lead, we're in the top of the 11th. RBI base hit. We've racked up multiple hits in this one. Batting average above 300. Let's try to keep it that way. Against Ryan Gusto. That one will be low. And he left one for us to hit. It will get by the second baseman. Runner, however, will not make his way home. So we do not drive in the run, but we get yet another hit with a chance to steal. Hellman, we gave you another at-bat here. You're 0 for 3. Let's make that 1 for 4. As Vauzz has his extra step. He's going. That one is down, and Chacha Vauzz will take another bag. Not sure why the cameraman decided not to look at Chacha Vauzz after that, but it is what it is. That puts 2 more runners in scoring position here for the Cardinals. Nobody out. A dribbler over to first, and no runners will go. So Hellman doesn't take advantage of his opportunity. What about Victor Scott II? Batting 1,000 here. That just means he probably has had 1 at-bat. Or maybe he's not too shabby. That one does go out to center. Vauzz is going to look to get to third as the runner goes home. Vauzz is safe at third. Cardinals tack on 1 more. and Antico, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, who has a 0 average, opposite of the last 1,000, no longer. Can he bring us home? That one is in play, going back, and off the Topps billboard. It's a 2-run shot for the Ofer man, and that should be the finale here for our episode. Mike Antico, correct me if I'm wrong, sends that one out of the park. Cardinal pick up a win to close out this episode, and this time I am not going to click on the calendar and definitely not going to click on a game. We will end it there as Chacha Vauzz stacks on the hits to really polish off his day. He goes 5 for 5. That is indeed where we are going to close things out for today. Right now, I'm feeling like Chacha Vauzz is well on his way to making that major league team. Now, we did get another base running perk, I believe. Not sure which one of these it was, but I did see something pop up. And honestly, could have been any of these, but we do have another perk unlocked. And we've got 7 more tokens to spend here. And I'm going to make sure contact stays level, so we'll tack those on there. Overall, those going to stay at 70. Well, that really rounds out a strong showing here for Chacha Vauzz. Had a couple offers, but he had just about as many 100% as well. So Chacha Vauzz, he's looking pretty good out there. And at least right now, I'd imagine, knock on wood, cross our fingers, Chacha Vauzz will be making the major league roster. But what I think we do before we get into our next episode is I will go through the remainder here of the spring training. And if anything big pops up, I'll definitely have that recorded. I'll record the highlights as well. We'll have a little highlight preview before we get the next episode really rocking and rolling in what, again, I'm hoping will be with the major league team. Chacha Vauzz making his major league debut. So make sure you don't miss it, and make sure you show this man some love as he's currently batting over 300. Leave him a like down below, and while you're clicking on buttons, make sure you're clicking on that bear icon in the bottom right, or scrolling down, hitting that sub button and tapping that bell icon so you're notified when these videos go live. We're here every single Tuesday and Thursday with Chacha Vauzz. We've got a triple header with the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow, so make sure you're there for that. And we've got some big games to finish up this week with the Stanford Cardinal. A really big rivalry on Monday. We'll have another really big rivalry on Friday as we go out to Notre Dame to face the Fighting Irish. So we'll see you there. We'll see you around as Chacha Vauzz continues to play pretty well now with the major league team.